Here's your WNEM TV5 news update.
Good evening, everyone. I'm David Custer. Here's a look at the stories we are following tonight. Flint residents traveling to the state capitol to protest against the proposed Ajax asphalt plant. The group carrying out a mock funeral procession to offices of the governor and attorney general to deliver petitions. They carried handmade coffins mourning air quality in the city if the plant moves forward.
It doesn't need to be in our community that's already in two crises right now, an ongoing water crisis and the COVID-19 pandemic. We don't need an Ajax air permit crisis because that's just another man-made crisis.
Nearly 4,000 Flint residents signed the petitions dropped off in the coffin-shaped boxes. New details in the murder investigation of a Birch Run man. A fourth person has been arrested. 24-year-old Jordan Harrison was arraigned today on felony murder and firearm charges. This after the body of 65-year-old Scott Engelhardt was found in his home after it was set on fire earlier this month. Saginaw County Sheriff William Fetterspiel says there is an arrest warrant out for a fifth person wanted in the case. 3 others were arraigned yesterday and charged. The trio's next court date is scheduled for November 2nd. The scene of last week's mass killing in Clare County will be the site of a candlelight vigil this evening. 4 people were shot to death last Wednesday at the home of Henry Boyer in Grant Township. They include Boyer, his daughter Patricia, and 2 friends who were helping Boyer build a stove. There will be donation cans to help with their funeral expenses. The vigil will be held at Littlefield Park on Main Street in Farwell at 6:30. And now here's Brian with a look at your forecast.
Thanks very much, David. Heading into the second half of the work week, don't expect any major improvements in our weather, unfortunately, as we go from one cloudy day with dreary conditions thanks to these stubborn clouds over the region here on our Wednesday. We're going to transition toward briefly drier air on Thursday, but as you can see, we have a growing storm system here over the central United States tonight. It's going to start to spill over into the Ohio and Tennessee River Valley beginning on Thursday and into Friday. The system is going to get much more organized even than what it already appears to be, pumping even more moisture up out of the Gulf of Mexico and then eventually pushing that rain toward us here in mid-Michigan. But the good news is that a lot of that still looks like it's going to hold off until very late on Thursday, so we should get a largely dry day, just not necessarily with much in the way of sunshine. Here's what's happening on the hour-by-hour forecast going from the 8 o'clock to midnight hours on our Wednesday evening. We'll start to see a little bit of clearing materialize in the eastern thumb as well as the north shore of Saginaw Bay by about midnight, and these clouds will continue to build off toward the west and northwest as we head toward tomorrow morning. But as you see there, doesn't take a whole lot longer there before the next wave of clouds ahead of the new storm system begins to sweep in from the southwest. The good news is that getting rid of the low clouds will take a lot of the drizzle out of the equation. So we expect a dry start to the day on Thursday, staying dry into midday. And as you see here, too, at least the chances there for a few peaks of sunshine. We're not likely to break into full-bore sunshine like some of us saw on Tuesday, but at least some chances to get it to break on through the clouds from time to time before then heading into dinner time tomorrow evening and tomorrow night. We really start to see the clouds thicken back up. Then heading into the overnight period of Thursday into Friday, you see that we'll just have these periodic bouts of light to moderate rain working their way up from the southeast around that swirling storm system, and it's going to lead to a very soggy end to the work week. However, all of that said, even this time around, where the rain is steadiest and heaviest, the rain is looking to be lighter than the system we just dealt with from Sunday into Monday. This time around, going all the way out to mid-morning on Saturday, it looks like locations around the Tri-Cities on southward and a good chunk of the thumb stand to pick up anywhere from 1/4 to 1/2 an inch of rainfall, with the possibility, as you see, for some locally higher amounts. Folks to the north, you'll likely see a little bit of rain, but if you're from the Tri-Cities and northern thumb across the bay, likely to come in under 1/4 of an inch, maybe even some of you barely picking up a couple of passing showers. Heading into the overnight period, we'll see mainly cloudy skies continue with occasional drizzle. Low temps staying milder, at least, still cool in the mid-40s. 57 the high on Thursday with late evening showers, becoming occasional rain Thursday night into Friday. We'll end the work week with a high of 54, go into the weekend with a high of 56 on Saturday. And most importantly of all, Halloween, still looking dry. We're keeping it on the nicer side here. Variably cloudy skies for the holiday and a high temp around 58.
Remember to tune into WNEM TV5 on air and online 24/7 for the latest news, weather, and information.